Greetings, everyone. Welcome to Stories Around the World with Dok Lou, right here on the Play Call Experience Network. Make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe, do all that good stuff, do all your due diligence. And I would like to thank you for tuning in to the first episode. Now, story time with Dok Lou. Of course, it's me, Dok Lou. Most of these stories I'll be telling you will be compiled from my military time, my military service. So it will be between the years of 1988 and 1995. So those were my active years in the military, and in between those years I've had the opportunity to travel the world. So I've been all around the bubble and back, and I've had some crazy adventures and escapades, and some very memorable stories that I would tell people, just for shits and giggles. So my colleagues told me that I should, tell these stories, on the platform. So here we go. So the Play Call Experience Network presents to you Stories Around the World with Dok Lou. Now, a little bit about myself. I'm a military brat, born and raised. My father was a drill sergeant. I was born in Fort Jackson, South Carolina. Father was drilled there for the first maybe 5, 6, maybe 7 years of my life. I was there, we stayed on base, I was a little kid, I just went with the flow. Well, it was time for me to do my thing. When I joined the military, it just so happens that I did my basic training at Fort Jackson, South Carolina, which was bittersweet because I got to go back home because we were staying here in Port City at the time, when I signed up. I was 17 when I signed up for the military. My dad signed the waiver. So what I was able to do was, when my junior year in high school, after my junior year, I went to basic training in the summertime, during the summer break. That's when I went to basic. So, skipping a lot of stuff, but this is story time. This is not autobiography time. But anyway, like, comment, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. I forgot. This show is not for your children. Because of the fact that, we have beverages on this show. I feel like when I share these stories that it is time for you to wine and unwind. But we're not having a wine today, since Father's Day just passed. That's I'm camoed down, so what up there, money? But I'm camoed down. Most of the time I will be wearing some form of camo for these episodes because it's military stories. So my ass is too big to fit in my military uniform. Look, that was 25, 30 years ago. Brother put on some weight. So we're just gonna leave that way it's set. And I'm gonna adorn some type of camo, right? Okay, good, got that out quick. But no, this is not for your kids because there's going to be language, there's going to be drinking, and according to the stories I tell, there's going to be some other stuff. So, so tell them to go play PlayStation, Fortnite, whatever, Roblox, whatever it is that they do. And you get your wine out, whatever you drink, juice, whatever, pour it up. And I want to tell you some ridiculous stories that my colleagues think are funny, but we'll see. Well, drink for this episode, it's a little bit of this, a little bit of that. We're going dark today. We have a mixture of stuff. They're not sponsoring, so you know the story. They're not sponsored. We can't say what it is. I'll say there's a mixture of stuff But what I can say, being that it's a belated Father's Day type event, there's a little bit of my grandfather's recipe. Grandfather is an elixir artist. He is an elixir artist in the woods in an undisclosed area in Alabama. And this is my grandfather's recipe that has been sent down through, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 generations. And for this episode, since I'm talking about my career and my father's play in it, felt like, and this is my grandfather, on my mother's side, So this is his elixir, his recipe, made by his grandson or one of his sons. But it's his grandfather's recipe, and I salute everyone for taking the time out to hear me blabber, and let's take a sip on that. Congratulations to you. All right. Now, I was in the military, basic training, Fort Jackson, South Carolina. Now, when I was a young buck, Dok Lou, my father was a drill sergeant. When they had field exercises, and this is for all the military people, we had field exercises. Sometimes, depending on what they did, I got to ride along and go out in the field, with them and watch them do their thing. I don't think I was supposed to do that, but apparently back then he had a lot of pull. No one said nothing, and I got to hang out with the guys. They used to mess with me. I'm a young buck. It is what it was. It was what it was, and I had fun. So fast forward to my turn. All right, so past Memphis Station. Now I'm going to basic training, flying back to my hometown, Fort Jackson, South Carolina. Now I was kind of excited. Most people when they go to basic training, it's an absolute change of everything that, they break you down from who you were and they build you up to soldier, if you will, give you character, if you will, but we're not going to go there. But anyway, so, a lot of people were nervous. I was pretty much excited because I had a leg up. I was raised by a drill sergeant. So everything that privates did, I did. Or we did, I would say. In our rooms, 5, 6 years old. 2-finger rule. We had a 2-finger rule in our closet. When we hung our clothes, there had to be these 2 fingers spaced between each hanger. If it's off, throw all your shit out of the closet and you have to redo it. Kicked all your shoes had to be a certain way, or you know what I'm saying, a certain order. It's not that way, fuck your whole closet off. Didn't matter. Sister got it too. We all got, but that's just a sample of, not knowing when to turn the drill sergeant switch off. Drill sergeant at work, you're drill sergeant at home. Your kids are your privates. If I raise them like I raised the mugs, they'll be straight. But anyway, so I was, a leg up, so I know what to expect because I lived that way. Trained me for basic training before I went to basic training. We had a sand pit in our backyard and everything, all that. But anyway, so when I got there, we was all, they had us all on the bus, just going to get a process to go to whatever company we were going to. So they lined us all up to put us in whatever company we were in. And at first, no one knew. They just knew I looked familiar. It's like, you know what, Private? You look like somebody we know. You look familiar. I can't put my finger on it. But they never said nothing. So once we got, divvied up, and I ended up being in, the Alpha Company of the whatever infantry unit. This is basic training. This is a long time ago. So, I'm going to skip over a lot of details for the sake of boredom. Let's sip on it. By the way, This episode is brought to you by the Play Call Experience Network and WTF Now Productions. You can look them up on Facebook. WTF Now Podcast. It's myself, King Scrap, and Psycho Rico. You can go to the WTF Now Productions YouTube channel, and you can check us out over there. And this is kind of a spit off from that, story times, because normally I would tell them on that podcast. And they just said, man, you need to just do that, just make a story. And I said, okay, well, fuck it. And I'm doing that. Sipped it in. Okay, now fuck it. All right, look, I got, I'm not going to keep y'all all night, man. I'm not going to make this long because, people got to go to sleep and shit. And, I wait till fucking old dark 30 to do it. But let's keep it going. All right. So, Alpha Company. I'm there, and we're in line, they got us information and they all looking. So they going down the line, they checking us out. Then he comes to me and I'm squared away. I grew up this way, but it was an anomaly to them because they under the assumption that everybody is from the hood or from the fucking sticks or whatever, or you pretty boy Malibu out of some, anything but prepared for what they about to put on your ass. So I was squared away, had my shit straight. I said, oh, so you in the ROTC? I was like, no drill sergeant. Oh, you got everything right, you gonna be a good one. So it's like right off the bat, boom. I was made the fucking squad leader. I was the squad leader of the line of motherfuckers that was in my line. I was at the end, so I'm responsible for them. All right, cool. So, after that, next day, there was a drill sergeant from another company. And he was walking by and he looked and he saw my name and he looked at me. He said, man, I know you look familiar. Your last name Williams, ain't it? He said, you kidding, Drill Sergeant Williams? There used to be a drill sergeant here. No, I didn't say anything. Because I didn't want everybody to know, you know what I'm saying, for the favoritism. I didn't want that. So I said, no, drill sergeant. Say, but you look familiar, though. You look familiar. Let me check you out there. What's your name, Private Williams? Come on with me. Come on over here with me. So I fall out, and I go over here with this drill sergeant. So it's one guy. So he calls the other two drill sergeants over to him. So I'm standing here and I got 3 drill sergeants in my face. I'm a buck pride, straight off the bus, no rank, nothing, just my name, right? But I'm a squad leader. He was like, man, this pride to look familiar to you, man. His last name Williams. Man, you think this Drill Sergeant Bull's son? And I didn't know who the fuck Drill Sergeant Bull was. I didn't know it was Drill Sergeant Bull. He was Pops, Dad. I didn't know. I never heard of who the fuck Drill Sergeant Bull was. You know what I'm saying? He was Drill Sergeant Williams. When I went to the field, I never heard Bull. So that must have been what the fuck they called him, amongst themselves. Everybody has a nickname for the drill sergeant. The ones that's been in the military know. We all made nicknames for all the motherfuckers, But anyway. So he was like, yeah, he do look like Drill Sergeant Bull's last name Williams, man. We're gonna have to check that out. So, go on back to your fucking company or whatever there, Private Williams. So, so everything was all cool. The next day, Private Williams, come on over here to the front. This started day 1, y'all. They was fucking with me from day 1. But the third time, I went over there and it was like, okay, all right, Private Williams, we did a little research and come to find out you are Drill Sergeant Bull's son. And you lucky you in Alpha Company, because if you was a Bravo Company, I'd smoke your motherfucking ass. Understand me? That motherfucker gave us hell. That's why we call him Drill Sergeant Bull, because he was a motherfucking bull. All this. They give me all this. I ain't know, you know what I'm saying? Sins of the father. But, what are the odds? I didn't plan on going to Fort Jackson, the basic training. Just so happened I wanted to be a mechanic. That's where they train them at. A wheel mechanic. I learned how to work on wheels and shit. But that's next episode. But, anyway, all right. Basic training. So yeah, so now they understand that I'm Drill Sergeant Bull's son. So now there's like every day in formation when they line all of us up, I have to go to the front and hear this shit from all these, from all the drill sergeants that were privates that, that were victims of my dad's training. Now everybody wants a piece of the pie. Everybody wants to train, Private Williams, because that's Drill Sergeant Bull's son. So if I train him, Drill Sergeant Bull's gonna come to his graduations. I get the accolades, this, that, and the third. That's, maybe I can move up the rank. Whatever the story was behind it, to get some revenge. Whatever the story was behind it, everybody wanted Private Williams in their company so they could give me the business. But just so happens I'm with the Alpha Company, which I thought was a good thing because I ain't want these guys fucking with me. Thought that. Okay. So, here we go, y'all. Basic training. We get up, dark 30 in the morning to do PT, physical training. This is when we do exercises, to condition our body and, to stimulate our minds to push ourselves further than we think we're capable of doing. Okay. So when we line up for PT, of course, Private Williams, bring your ass on up to the front, buddy. We got something for you. So here it goes. So I run up there. So now I have to lead the PT, because I know Drill Sergeant Bull got you ready. You seen his uniform when he came in? Oh yeah, I saw him all high and tight. You know what I'm saying? Dressed white and covered down. I know Drill Sergeant Bull got him right. You ducky, you was that cover. Ducky. All right, whatever. There's nothing. Real talk, y'all. There was nothing that these guys could do or say that could even get to the level of the conditioning and training that I've had as a kid living with a person. There's nothing they could do. I've been trained by Palpatine himself. There's nothing that these Count Dooku's can do that affect me. If you're a Star Wars person, what I'm saying? Take a drink on that. Yeah. And by the way, if you have some sippage and you would like to donate some sippage or let me know what sippage that you have, I will definitely drink it on the program and I will definitely plug your drink. And if it's good, I will definitely let you know it's good. Well, if it sucks, well, I won't let you know it sucks on the platform. I'll just shoot your email. I'll get in your DM. So we're gonna take a station identification sip break for them motherfuckers. Yeah. Shout out to my grandfather, rest in power. That is a wonderful elixir. Shout out to my uncle too, because it was his hands, but it was Pawpaw's recipe, his hands, but it's lovely, it's delicious, and it goes good with everything else that's mixed in there that I can't say. But anyway, back to our regularly scheduled program. Now, this is Dok Lou base training, Fort Jackson. The drill sergeants know now that I am the offspring of Drill Sergeant Bull. So now news spread all across, our battalion or whatever. So, excuse me, a little burp out, a little reflux there. Excuse me, I'm working on that. It's only when I do the sippage, and that's not all the time. But let's get off track. Let's get back on the story. It's not an AA meeting. It's supposed to be a good time. We're supposed to drink. Okay? All right, we got that out the way. Now, so here we go, guys. So I led PT, had to lead the exercise when we do our runs. Had to do that. So as I'm leading them, you better not get the cadence out, Private Williams, or it's going to be Death Valley for you. Now, Death Valley was the sand pit that we had in the back of our barracks when you fuck up. They take you out there and make you do push-ups, sit-ups, all kinds of stupid-ass exercises to wear your ass out to the point where you throw up. Then once you throw up, then that's lesson learned. Train. But anyway, Sandpit 20 times, by the way. I hold a record. Well, I used to. I don't know what it is now, but back then I held the record during my time in basic training as most times in the sandpit. No, not most of them. I would say 6 out of the 20 were earned. The rest of them, it was just GP. Oh, look at Private Williams, K-ass in the pit. That shit. All sins of the father, trying to get, taking it out on me, passing down the buck or whatever, if you will. But I was prepared for it. Did it suck? Fuck yeah, I want to fight. But, I had to go through it because not only was it to show them that my dad ain't raised no punk. Pardon if, don't get offended by that. Mind you, this is an 80s mindset. So we're just gonna have to move all of that. We're going to sit that to the side from this time frame. It's a different time. But anyway, we got that out there. All right. So I was prepared, and then there's no way that I was going to tarnish my father's legacy that he left there. You know what I'm saying? So I did all that. Got back, they all let everybody go take showers, so I had to stand there and yeah, Private Williams, you lucky you in Africa. Man, smoking good for me, man. I ain't got my hands on. Like I'm some type of piece of meat. And, me being the Williams that I am, buck back a little bit. Can't smoke a rock, drill sergeant. He got comebacks. Let me have him. That part. But that was the goings, that was the same. So whenever somebody in my squad fucked up and they had to do push-ups, just to show them up, I would get down, whatever push-ups they had to do, I'd get down there with him and do the push-ups with him, and the ones that he couldn't do, I would do. Because it was just to let him know, this is Drill Sergeant Bull's son, and I mean y'all ass just like y'all in mine. Let's see, let's go. Let's see who gonna push back and forth. Let's see where this tug of war go. So this base training, back and forth. All right, so chow time. Now, chow time, all of the companies in the battalion and other battalions we go to, to eat. It's called a mess hall. But this is where we all go, where, we have to show our ID once we go in. Hey, look at our ID, look at us. If it's us, all right, we go, we get our plate, sit down, eat, drink our shit. We don't have that much time, by the way. Time is very crucial. If you ever date someone in the military and they eat fast as fuck, this is the reason why. Because we only had a short amount of time to eat before we had to go do some shit. So we got in there, you handled your business. Head down, let's go. Okay, so we go in and there's a drill sergeant that checks everybody out. And of course word got around, so here we go. So everybody go through the line. The line is long as fuck. So I get to the line, it's my turn, so I hand him my ID. Oh, we got Private Williams up here. Huh. What's up, Private Williams? I heard you drill sergeant Bull's son, Private Williams. I got you, homie. I got you. Where you from, Private Williams? Where you from? So I'm from Shreveport, Louisiana. Shreveport? You're from Shreveport? Well, I'm from Shreveport too. Private Williams? What part of Shreveport you from? I grew up in Motown. Motown? Yeah, Motown, Forest Oak. Oh. Well, guess what there, Private Williams? I'm from the Cooper Road. So what you gonna do, Private Williams? I tell you what you can do. You go on to the back of the line, Shreveport. So from then to the end of basic training, I was known as Private Shreveport. Whenever they called me or needed me for anything, they'd be Private Shreveport. And then I gotta run my dumb ass up to see what kind of dumb shit they had planned for. So this was every day, y'all. Mind you, there are 5 companies of about 40 to 50 dudes waiting to eat. When I get to the line, I would have to go not to the back of my company's line. I had to go to the back of my battalion. So that means that I'm the last person to get my plate, right? When he finally, all right then, Private Shreveport, you go ahead on, get your something. But you know what? They got something special for you. Yes, they do. Private Shreveport. Go on with your bow tie ass. Yeah, basic training, y'all. This is my basic training because I just so happen to be the son of the rawest drill sergeant that stepped foot on that motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, so here we go, y'all. So I finally get my plate. And I'm looking to sit with my company. But everybody looking at me like, what in the fuck did this dude do for them to be fucking with him like that? Who is this dude? You know, I don't never want to go to Shreveport. They was talking that shit all the way in South Carolina, fam. But you know, it is what it is. That's how we are. But you know, they were terrified of who the fuck I was for the simple fact that all of the drill sergeants fuck with me on a daily basis. Now, I got my plate. I'm looking for Alpha Company. Oh no, Private Shreveport. No, you don't eat with them. You come eat with us. You special. So you got a special place in the mess hall. So now I got to take my plate and I go behind this curtain. Now, the drill sergeants eat behind a curtain. They're curtained off from the private. Cause you know, they be back there talking that shit. Yeah, this private fuck up. You know what I'm saying? This good private, you know, but he hard-headed. You know, this motherfucker ain't gonna make it. That's when they, you know, they do all their gossiping and flea flicking. You know what I'm saying? What up, KG? And so I had to go back here and there's 10 drill sergeants on this side of this long ass fucking table. They put like 5-6 tables together. 10 on this side, 10 on that side. And there's this big chair in the front of the table. This is where the master sergeant sits, right? The one that's over all this shit. This is where he sit at. That's your seat. Shreveport, Private Shreveport, that's your spot. So you sit right there every day. Eat your food right there. So I'm doing what you're telling me to do. So I sit in a chair. So now I'm in the front. I knew something had to be wrong, you know. So I'm sitting at the front. 10 on this side, 10 on that side, and everybody talking shit at the same time about this drill sergeant Bull's son. And I had to hear all of the torture, you know what I'm saying, and the horror that they had to go through as privates. The drill sergeant Bull, this, that, and the third, right? And it was like, yeah, you lucky you got in our company. Because if you was in my company, you wouldn't even be able to walk. You know, just everybody just gave me cash shit. You know what I'm saying? So this was every day. So the master sergeant comes in and he's just standing there with his plate in his hand. Like, what in the entire fuck is this private doing sitting in my damn chair? You know what I'm saying? Especially back here with all of us. So, you know, oh, allow me to introduce him. Master Sergeant, that is Drill Sergeant Bull's son, Private Shreveport. So let's say Williams on the shirt. We understand that, Master Sergeant, but he's Private Shreveport. So, all right, well, why is Private Shreveport in my fucking chair? Because he's special. That's Drill Sergeant Bull's son. He's special. He's a special private. He can't be amongst all them others. He's special. So this motherfucker put his tray down beside me, gets this little ass chair. Now, mind you, this is his chair I'm sitting in, that he sits in every day. He got this little ass fold out chair and sat beside me and said, okay, if you're gonna sit in that chair, then you're gonna have to beat everybody in here, including me, eat. If you have food on your plate after we get through eating, you do KP every day. So I had to do that every day. So every day, I had to go back to the end of the line. Every day. the end of my battalion line. I had to go back to the end of that shit. And then when everybody else goes through, they let me in. And when I get my plate, I had to sit in the master sergeant's chair. This big, you know what I'm saying? Some big motherfucking Julius Caesar, King of Rome, big throne, Mufasa shit. I'm sitting there. I'm a private. I don't have shit on. No motherfucking rank, nothing. I gotta sit there and eat and beat these motherfuckers eating every day. I did 35 days KP actually. 35 days of KP in 9 weeks I was there. I did 35 days of KP because I could not beat these motherfuckers. You know, I did on some occasions, I got better at it. You know, but most of the time I got beat, and that was the outcome of it. I did this every day. Every day in basic training. There was always something. So, you know, fast, you know, and that's just one of the stories. You know, there are like 3 or 4 stories that in basic training alone dealing with these guys. So, you know, this is just episode 1 of Dinner with the Drills. That's what we'll call this. You know, stories from around the world with Dok Lou. Dinner with the Drills. You know, Fort Jackson, South Carolina. You know, my experience as a private that is the offspring of the baddest drill sergeant that supposedly walked the base. I can't confirm nor deny that. So I'm just gonna have to go with what was told to me. And that was my torture. That's my story. That's just part 1 of basic training. Found out that I was Drill Sergeant Bull's son, and the treachery and the torture begins. Well, I won't say torture, but the fuckery begins. So just imagine every day you try to go eat. You had to go eat with your bosses, listen to them talk shit about you, and then you had to beat them eating or you lose your job every day. Yeah, and then that's just eating. You know, anything else I had to do, I had to be first. Nothing could be wrong with my uniform. My boots always had to be shined. My shoestrings in my PT shoes had to be white. I don't understand what the fuck that was all about, but mine had to be white. Had to wear white shoes and keep them clean. I can't even tell you how much money I spent on shoes because I had to have all white shoes because I was private Shreveport. I was special. But you know, and that was the time, man. So yeah, that was it, man. I tell you, sins of the father, you know, and this is episode 1. You know, I'd like to thank y'all for tuning in. Like I said, I don't want to keep these long, you know, because I'll be here all night telling y'all the whole basic training story. You know, I'm just gonna break them up into pieces. So part 1 is the arrival, dinner, breakfast, lunch with the drills. Every day, sitting, you know, taking this shit in. But I kept it real because I was like, you know what? I'm not finna let these fucks break me because, you know, I know who you motherfuckers, I know what you've been through, you know. But, you know, I had to, you know, muscle on through that. But yeah, so that's it, y'all. That's episode 1, story time with Dok Lou. I would like to thank y'all for taking time out and, you know, having this joyous occasion with me. I'm going to be drinking most of this off camera, you know. You know how it is, you know, I like to sip and reminisce on my own, listen to a little music, you know, since I'm in that energy now, you know, want to bask in a little bit. But and like I said, if you had a beverage, reach out to me. I will be reaching out to some of my friends. We're going to be sharing some stories, you know, from around the world. I'm going to have some guests on, you know, to make this more entertaining for you. And if you want to reach out to Dok Lou, just hit me up at theplaycall@gmail.com, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, the Play Call Experience Network. or you can go to website playcallexperiencenetwork.godaddysite.com. I have a link to all of my social media platforms. You can get in contact with me. I would love to come out and I would love to get in contact with you and let you have share the story time. This is not all about me. You know, it says with Dok Lou, not about Dok Lou. Haha, yeah, got your ass. But anyway, thanks for tuning in. Like, comment, share, subscribe to the channel. This is part 1. Part 2 will be coming very soon. You know, I'm not going to be years apart. I'm going to try to keep these things rolling and, and share some of my escapades in the military. So there you go, guys. Dinner with the drills. I guess I got to have some type of moral at the end of these shits. So let's do that. So the moral of the story is, no matter what path your parents may lead for you, make sure that you stand tall, you stand true. Fuck them motherfuckers. Thanks for tuning in. Have a good one. I do all this shit so it ain't no ending credits, but I'll just roll my name about 4 or 5 times anyway while I sip. If you'd like to advertise on the show, just hit me up at the Play Call Experience Network on all social media platforms, and we can make that happen. Yeah. This is supposed to be for the end for the credit roll. Thank y'all for tuning in. I hope that this is therapy for some. I want y'all to laugh at some of my pain, because now it's funny now. It's funny to me now, so I can share these stories with y'all, and it's therapy for me, and it helps me be a better person. So thank y'all, and to all of my fellow soldiers, servicemen, servicewomen, all forces, if you're dealing with that PTSD, hit me up on my social media platform and play call experience at gmail.com, or you can hit me up on any of my social media platforms. You can contact me any way that you can, and I will contact you and I will speak to you and I will do all that I can to help you, because we all need help, and I'm still going through it too. So thank you. Good day, good night, or whenever the fuck you watching it. Sip, have fun, enjoy your life, and like we say here at the Play Call Experience Network, we're gonna help you make the right play call in your life so you can be the champion of your life. Peace, y'all. Thank you.